If you didn't get a chance to watch this past year's Victoria's Secret fashion show, don't worry, because Amir and I are going to break down everything that you missed. And we are obviously equally as attractive as the models. So this is really fun for everyone. So the first thing that you should know is that there was a $3 million fantasy bra, which was which was worn by Jasmine Tooks, and she actually becomes the third ever black woman to ever do so in Victoria's Secret history. So that was a pretty big deal. Another big deal on this year's runway was natural hair. So we saw a variety of natural hair, and basically the creators of the show were saying that they wanted to celebrate a little bit more, and you gotta take this with a grain of salt since it is the Victoria's Secret fashion show, a little bit more of natural beauty. So if someone came in with a certain hairstyle or their hair a certain way, they didn't want to add in extensions to change it. They wanted to showcase all different styles of hair.
And someone showed up with natural weight, like they totally let her walk down the runway. It was really an interesting departure
Just
from
saying what they were saying about the hair, okay? Also, Lady Gaga performed along with Bruno Mars and The Weeknd. Most notable about Lady Gaga's rock star performance, aside from the amazing vocals, she did a really awesome job, was that she performed AO in 10-inch heels. That is insane, and she walked like she just knew what was up. I mean, she just kills it every single time. Another thing that people are talking about is Bella Hadid used to date The Weeknd, and The Weeknd was performing at this year's Victoria's Secret fashion show, and they had a little bit of a moment when they walked past each other. Some people are speculating that maybe they're gonna rekindle the flame a little bit. I don't know, it looked pretty intense to me. Another thing that you guys should know about the people who were walking in this year's runway. Now, there was a variety of models, some of whom we might not know quite yet, but they're breaking into the forefront of our minds now that they're in such a high-profile fashion show, because there were 68 different runway looks. But the models that you should know are, or others, you can know whoever you like. I just don't want to offend anybody. Kendall Jenner, Gigi Hadid, Bella Hadid, Jasmine Tooks, Karlie Kloss, Adriana Lima, Alessandra Ambrosio, and Lily Aldridge were some of my favorites. But we want to hear from you about your favorites, because all the models matter, because everyone is a snowflake.
Where's Cara Delevingne? She's my favorite.
She was in 1 year.
God,
she's
so
not
beautiful.
a Victoria's Secret model. She's just a model and a badass bitch.
Yeah. I want her eyebrows.
I mean, I kind of have them. You want my, like, these are pretty.
No, I just want to have them. I want
You
to
have
cut
her
them
eyebrows.
off and keep them in a box.
Watch our show Murder with Friends. Hey, Amir, you were going to say something about Bella Hadid.
Yeah, so...
No, Gigi Hadid.
Gigi Hadid.
That's the one.
Gigi Hadid had a wardrobe malfunction. It sounds a lot worse than it actually was. She was wearing like this big feather
Yeah, the wings
thing.
this year were huge.
Yeah, the wings. And then it had a bunch of straps on the body part of it, and then one of the straps snapped. And she took it like a pro, and she kept walking, and nothing happened.
Well, because I have a feeling with these wings, because I would urge you guys to check out the history of the Victoria's Secret fashion show. So they didn't always have wings. Originally, they were just sort of
It wasn't
walking
always a secret.
Damn it, Amir.
Sorry.
It wasn't always a secret.
It wasn't.
Originally, you know, in the 90s, they were sort of walking in these negligees, and in the 80s, or maybe 80s, 90s, it was before my time. 80s, 90s, they were walking in these little negligees, and then 1 year they had wings, and they were like, that's it, fucking wings. Yes, wings are awesome. Instead of horns, or I don't know what else they would have worn, or manes, whatever, wings stuck. And the wings this year were huge. And so I have a feeling, because it is such a central part of the fashion show, that they probably have multiple different strappy straps. It's kind of like a parachute when you jump out of a plane, and how you have the one parachute, and if that parachute doesn't work, I haven't jumped out of a lot of planes, but if that one doesn't work, then you have a backup parachute. Emergency.
Yeah.
So I feel like even if the wings had fallen off, she would have, and then another like wings would have sprout out from just inside of her.
Like a parachute shoots out and she gets blown up.
Lady Gaga kind of did that. Lady Gaga was, you know, she was performing, she's doing her thing, and then very similar to what I was just doing, and then she went like this, pulled them down, and she had wings. Everyone had wings very in for Victoria's Secret.
You know, it'd be
fashion.
really funny if Buffalo Wild Wings did a fashion show, except like all their wings had sauce on them, and it was this really normal people doing a fashion show. That would have so much publicity around it. I feel like I just sold an amazing idea to
the Buffalo Wild Wings fashion show.
And it's just like dudes like with beer bellies and just
Yeah.
like chicks, and they're just like, yeah, we love buffalo wings.
Oh my gosh, guys, those were the key moments that you might have missed from this
But
year's.
I want to ask you though, before we wrap it up.
I really want to wrap it up.
Why do you think Victoria's Secret fashion show is so big this year?
Well, I would say the past 5 years especially, it's become must-see television. It is appointment television.
Yeah, but
you have friends over, you have a party to watch it. You eat donuts, celebrate the fact that you'll never be in that show.
You eat donuts.
Yeah, and watch it. That's what I did. Cupcakes. I don't know why. I think it's because I do think that
Do you think it's also because you have like these huge celebrity
I was
children
gonna say, I think
being a part of it, so now it's even...
Oh, the celebrity children. I think having Kendall Jenner, I think having Gigi and Bella, and having these big names, Karlie Kloss is almost, she's almost as famous for being Taylor Swift's best friend as she is for being a model. I mean, that unfortunately, she is a businesswoman and she does all these other things in her life, but we also know her as Taylor Swift's BFF. And when Taylor Swift was on the show, it was like, look at them, like best friends together and whatnot. So I think that having these big names is a part of the show. I also think that the musical performances are central to it. Like I said, Bruno Mars performed, he had a great performance. Lady Gaga killed it. The Weeknd, you have these must-see musical performances. A lot of times they'll have maybe sort of controversial musicians, like they, not controversial, but Selena Gomez. You're feeling silly today. You're feeling so silly.
I am.
So Selena Gomez did it last year.
Super contro.
No, well, I just mean that these are the singers, these are the musicians that people tune in to watch. People are going to tune in and watch Lady Gaga. They also had Ariana Grande. Oh my gosh, I remember that year when Ariana Grande was performing, and that just right to the heart. Just
here's
so good.
Here's
Justin
my
Bieber.
theory. I don't think anyone, like normal people, gives a shit about the Victoria's Secret fashion show. But in recent years, the media is really trying to push it hard like it is this thing. Who the fuck cares about the Victoria's Secret fashion show?
Well, who is looking at these as reasonable fashion choices?
Who wants to watch? Normal Americans do not want to watch a fashion show of just like these ultra sexy people walking down.
You don't think so? I think it's kind of fun. What did you're saying? Janelle's saying you don't watch it. I watch it. It might be I'm in love with
And that's why they're putting all these big acts together. That's why they're putting all these models that are famous and have all these Instagram followers on there. So more people will try to tune in. But I don't think it's going to work. And they're just going to keep doing it, and it's just like a fun thing for ultra-rich elites to enjoy.
Hard disagree. I think it's going to catch on. But guys, you want to hear from you in the comment section below. What do you think of the Victoria's Secret fashion show? What did you think of everything that happened this past Victoria's Secret fashion show? Who is the next model that we can expect to see walking the runway in 2017? Is it me?
Grace Baldrigo.
Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and we'll see you next time on Pop Trivia.